What's up guys, welcome back. Today we're back in the kitchen with another quick and easy weeknight dinner recipe. This one could be on the dinner table in less than an hour and is perfect for meal prep. Today I'll be showing you my recipe for Southwest stuffed chicken breast. But before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right guys, meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. First things first, let's take a look at these ingredients. Corn, we got some black beans, we got some jalapeno, some red bell pepper, onion, a little spinach for health. We got some room temperature cream cheese and some mozzarella cheese. That's gonna be what's going inside of our chicken breast. And for the rice today, we're going with some nice yellow rice. We're gonna add a little onion and some peas and carrots to the mix with that. Top everything off with a little cilantro. Guys, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and get our veggies cooking. We got a skillet over medium heat with some avocado oil. To that, we're gonna add our peppers. Again, we got some red and green bell pepper, some onion, some jalapeno. We're gonna cook that down, let that get nice and tender. Once those veggies get a head start, we're going in with about a tablespoon of garlic paste. You can also use fresh garlic if you want. Just make sure you get a little bit in there. We're gonna give that a mix, and then we're going in with some spinach. Add our beans and our corn. All right guys, so once you got your beans, your corn, your spinach, everything in there, it's time to start seasoning this up. I'm going in with a little flavor enhancement, a little chicken bouillon powder, a little pinch of that. Next we're coming with some cumin. Followed by some chili powder. And a little all-purpose seasoning. You use salt and pepper if you want in place of that, or add a little onion powder, garlic, a little cayenne if you want to spice it up. But remember, we got those jalapenos in there, so don't get too crazy. Give that a good mix. Make sure it's seasoned adequately. And then we'll add this to our room temperature cream cheese. Mix in the mozzarella, and you got your stuffing for your chicken breast. So next up, we have a medium-sized mixing bowl. We got 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. And then we're going in with our veggie mixture right on top. I'm gonna give that a good mix to combine. Taste as you go, adjust the flavor to your preference, guys, as always. Gotta use a little elbow grease to get this mixed together. We're gonna allow this to cool a bit before we stuff our chicken, but I like to add it while it's hot into the cream cheese because it just makes it easier to mix. There we go. It's already looking and smelling good. Now we're gonna add about a 3/4 of a cup of freshly shredded mozzarella cheese. You can add whatever cheese you like, guys. Colby Jack, Pepper Jack, Gouda, whatever you got in the fridge. I like mozzarella because it's not gonna overpower anything and it melts nicely. So that's what we're going with today, and that just so happens to be what was in the refrigerator. So there we go. One more light application of some all-purpose seasoning. This right here is completely safe to eat, so you make sure you taste as you go, as a good chef does. Boom. That will be your stuffing for your chicken breast. Set that aside and let that cool. Pop that in the fridge if you want to. Just make sure it's not too hot when it goes in the chicken. All right guys, so today we're gonna pair this stuffed chicken breast with some yellow rice. We're not going with the packaged ingredients today. I'm gonna show you guys a different way to make it. We're gonna go ahead and get started with sauteing some onion in our medium-sized skillet. We're gonna warm that over medium heat. And we're gonna add 1 diced yellow onion. Get the party started with that. Just sweat that down a little bit. Then we're gonna go in with some garlic. And then we'll basically cook the yellow rice per package instructions at that point, and then add in a couple other veggies and some more flavor. Once your onions have a head start, we're going in with a teaspoon or 2 of garlic paste. There we go, good to the last drop. Gonna work that in. Gonna add a touch of seasoning, a little all-purpose, a little cumin, A little chili powder. Let those spices really wake up in that oil. Then we're gonna go ahead and add in that yellow rice. Plenty of flavor already in there, so you don't gotta go too crazy on the seasoning. We're just gonna toss that around and kind of begin to toast the rice just a little bit. And then we're going down with 4 cups of water. Bring that to a boil. Add the lid, and then reduce it down to a simmer. Let that cook for 20 to 25 minutes. Give that a mix, and then you leave the rice alone. Once that comes up to a boil, we'll add the lid, reduce the heat down to a simmer. All right, guys, it's time to go ahead and stuff our chicken breast. I like to go ahead and make my pocket for the stuffing before we season it. That way we get a nice even coverage, because you season it first, you're gonna end up smearing the seasoning all over the place. Let's take a nice sharp knife like this one right here. Make a little incision like so. And then you kind of use your fingers as a guide. Make sure you keep them out of the way of the blade, obviously. And just make a pocket or a pouch, whatever you want to call it. Something for that stuffing to fit right into. Just like that. Plenty of room for our filling. Do the same thing with however many chicken breasts you're going to prepare. This is enough stuffing for probably 6 or so chicken breasts. Today we're doing 2. All right, so now that we have our pockets made, we're gonna season it up with my all-purpose and some lemon bay. Feel free to use any, Tony's Creole seasoning will work here. Old Bay would work. A little salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder. Any kind of chicken blend that you like at home. Feel free to substitute the seasonings anytime you like, guys. If you got stuff that you like, then by all means go for it. This is what we're using today, though. It's covering all our bases. I'm gonna flip that over. I don't really worry too much about seasoning the pocket because we got all that flavor coming from the stuffing. So you don't want to overdo it. But if you do, then, do your thing. Nice even application. And there you have it. Perfectly seasoned chicken breast. All right, my friends, it's time to get this stuffing. As you can see, we got a nice room temperature chilled mixture here. We got some beautifully seasoned chicken, and we got our pouch. So in goes the stuffing. Don't be shy. There we go. Do the same thing with the other piece. All right, guys, so next up, in an oven-safe skillet, we're gonna heat it to about medium heat. We got our oven preheated to 400 degrees. We're gonna add a couple tablespoons of avocado oil, and then we're gonna lay our chicken breast in here, flip it over, and then finish it in the oven at 400 until the chicken breast hits 165 degrees internal temp. Now you just want to be careful that you don't spill out too much of the filling. I actually like to position it in a way that the filling is facing the wall of the skillet. That way it can't really go anywhere. Little pro tip for you. Then let that cook on the other side for a minute or so. We're going to pop that in a 400 degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes or until it hits 165 internal temperature. All right, guys, it's been about 20 minutes. Time to check on our rice. We still got a little moisture in there. So it's probably got another 5 minutes or so to go. This is a good time to go ahead and add in those frozen peas and carrots, along with some of our diced cilantro. Give all of that a good mix, and then let it finish cooking. All right, guys, so we went ahead and plated this up over the yellow rice. We're gonna hit it with a little cilantro garnish. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is to get in there for a taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, I found my knife and my fork. It's time to dig on in here. You guys can see how juicy the chicken is. Oh, man. Cut us a little piece. Looks a little hot. Here goes nothing.